Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well in quarantine. I'm back with yet another video today, which is on tips to help you get out of gold. Let's get into it. First off, go into a couple of warm-up games instead of jumping straight into ranked. This will help you warm up a lot. And tip number two, not tip number one, sorry. Aim to drop on one enemy squad. When you're playing good gold ranked, aim to drop at least on one enemy squad to get those early kills in, so you get the RP instead of waiting late game. Tip number two, play as a team. When you do push enemies, push as a team. This will give you the advantage of singling people out and having to kill people easily. If you knock them, try to thirst them, save a body swap in case your shields get broke. Tip number three, have a movement character on your team. In ranked, you should always have a mobility character on your team, i.e. Octane, Loba, Wraith or Pathfinder. For example, if you have a Wraith, you can portal teammate into and out of battle. If you're Octane, you can jump pad teammates into and out of battle. You can even jump pad down teammates to get to you quicker. For Pathfinder, you can zipline into battle and out of battle. For Lobby, you can teleport into and out of battle. That only helps her, not you. Tip number four, stay on the move. It's key that you stay on the move a lot of the time, unless it's early circles, end circles. Then stay and fortify an area, because if you can stay on a place for too long, usually you get caught out by enemies. Tip number five, learn to read certain enemies. In any Apex match, if you are able to read the situation, that will give you a massive advantage against your opponents. And if you can tell the team is very good that you're against, then you shouldn't push them. But if they aren't very good, you should push them 9 out of 10 of the times. Tip number 6, position is key. In a ranked game, positioning is key. So when your team is good on loot, start rotating towards the ring. Early game, this doesn't always apply to the first ring in gold, but second and onwards, it definitely does. Because in most fights, if your team is the one with the bad positioning, you usually get the short end of the stick and lose the fight unless you outnumber them or outplay them. Tip number 7, get high ground in the end circles. When it comes to the final circles, try to get high ground, as it can give you such an unfair advantage compared to the enemy squads. I can't tell you how many times I have died or won to either people having high ground against me or me having high ground against them. That have the high ground, yeah. Late game, because you have clearer line of sight at them and only you can choose to peek them, they can't choose to peek you. So it's your game, you choose how to play it, so you can wait for them to kill each other, the remain squads, and then you can push when they're low, or you can just wait and just flank them and take pot shots at the enemies to lure them and try and make them fight each other and know where they are. Tip number 8, 3 stack if you can. From bronze to diamond 4, it is not necessary to have a pre-made squad. You can technically solo queue all the way from bronze to predator, but if you want, but it is harder than having a free stack. I've done it season ranked 1 by myself, no friends, and so it is possible because I've done it all the way at diamond 3 so far. But if you have friends who are as good as you at the game, you should play with them, because it can give you an advantage of communication and can make you have better vibes, which can also make you play better and less toxic. Tip number 9, force the early fights. In gold, you can afford to force some early fights so you can get some points in on the board, so you're set for the game, until late game, to be honest. After that, stay low and try to camp an area and rotate around to the ring earlier, so you have a better position, so you can just gatekeep people. But only if you are good, if you know you can, but you can also push people and fight people if you know you can win them, but don't push them if you know you're not going to win. So you can get position and points, basically. But when it's later in the game, push as a team and single people out, so you can knock them one by one. And third party, and watch out for third parties. Tip number 10, have a backup character. When playing ranked, draw it as a backup character in case someone takes your main, and a backup for your backup in case someone takes your backup. Tip number 11, use the same variety of guns. You should always stick to using the same guns in ranked, so you are more comfortable with the ones that you're using, and you know the recoil. For example, I would use the R9 and the Havoc, the Prowler and the R9, Prowler and the Havoc, R301 and the Havoc, the R301 the R9, or the R301 the Prowler. These are the guns I use in ranked games, so I'm more like usual to the recoil pattern on them, because I've played with them for a long time. I usually experiment in casual, like I run the R9 and the Eva in casual, but I'm not as confident in ranked. So tip number 12, trying to get out of a slump. If you aren't doing very well in ranked and you can't get out of that slump that you're in, try to go into a couple of casual games and don't go back into ranked until you've had a couple of high kill games and or a win. Usually this makes me get out of this slump because I'm not doing very well, and then a win gives me the confidence to go into a rank game. Tip number 13, just put the time in. A big factor to help you get better at the game is to just put the time in, because the more time you put into the game, the better you are going to get at it. Because I've put about 800 to 1,000 hours into the game, and I'd say I got better since then. I usually have 9 or 11 hour days when I play Apex, which sounds a bit sad, but you know, since quarantine gives you a lot of time. I can play a lot of the time without being distracted, which is quite shocking since I have ADHD, but it also shows how good at the game Respawn has made. Well, it's yet again, we come to the end of an episode. This is the first editing software I've probably used on my computer, and I'd love feedback on it because it's the first time I've been able to use editing software. So it's my second tip video, so I'd like feedback on that as well. Stay safe out there, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to get notified when I upload, and dislike it if you didn't like it. And I guess I'll see you all later. Bye!